Hi, George.
How are you, Joe?
Good. How are you?
Good. I guess I want to start asking what this project, which is a little different for you than some stuff. There's a comedic element, there's a familial element. What cultural significance it had, or kind of like getting into it and taking on this role. What were some of the motivators and inspirations for you?
Well, I mean, first of all, like a shockingly large amount of my career is comedy, and sometimes people don't realize that or something, you know. Like the Magic Mikes were comedy. Most of my career was sitcom prior to True Blood, you know. And after Pee-wee's Big Holiday, like there wasn't a comedy film to follow that up. So I was excited to get back into a comedy, but also one that was written in such a nuanced way in terms of how Italians talk to each other. And, you know, I'm Sicilian, and, you know, it reminded me of the way that Sicilian, or, you know, Italian couples talk to each other, especially the relationship between my character and Drea's character. And then, of course, you know, the Mediterranean, that kind of hot-blooded machismo where, you know, really deep down inside, you've got this huge heart. You'd do anything for anybody, but except for communicate about that feeling that you have for them. And I think that that's something that I laugh a lot about, and I think, you know, is very funny in terms of, like, you know, masculinity, that there's this underlying hum of, like, men are terrible communicators, and I just think that that's, like, really funny. And so,
and you tapped into that really well, and it was fun to watch.
Well, I get it. I mean, which is funny because Vince and I are very, I think, very gregarious people who are very good at communicating. I think communicating comes easily to us, but you know, we both understood what the assignment was, and which I think makes it, you know, very funny.
I want to ask you about something a little off topic, although it does relate to Vince.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big D&D guy. It's well documented.
I'm not, actually. I no longer work for the company.
Okay. No more Dungeons and Dragons?
I worked for the company for many years, and that relationship has come to an end.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I'll move on to another topic.
Okay.
If Deathstroke was going to return in some way.
He's not. I can assure you that he is not. So that was 6 years of my life and about 6 movies that came and went. And when Batman was canceled, that was pretty much the end of it. So it ended like about 6 years ago.
Is there something that you would love to do specifically that you haven't really had a chance to do yet? Like, you just talked about wanting to get back into comedy, and here you are. Is there another thing that's kind of on your wish list?
You know, I've never starred in an action movie, or an action comedy. I've never starred in a comedy. I mean, there's so much territory that, you know, I've never really, you know, I missed the whole superhero boom, really. So I didn't get to do any of that. I come from classical theater, so I haven't been able to do any sort of, like, ancient Greek. I missed an opportunity to do an ancient Greek film while I was on True Blood. So there's a part of me that would love to do that. I haven't done Chekhov since drama school, and I'm the right age for that, somewhat, you know, right maturity level. I haven't done Shakespeare since college, and that's something that I did very, very well. So probably, like, getting back to the classics of theater where my career started, something like that. Maybe.
That's a lot of good stuff, and I'd love to see you do an action movie. I'm sure a lot of people would. So thanks so much for your time, Joe.
Sure,
Have
man.
a great rest
You
of
got
your
it.
day.